Hi everybody, I really hope you're doing well. We've been looking at the theme of contentment, and in verse 12 of Philippians 4, Paul says, I have learned the secret. We know that he faced seasons of great difficulty, and he also faced seasons of ease and plenty. His strength and his contentment didn't come from his circumstances. His strength came from Jesus. He was his source. Verse 13 shows us this. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Paul looked to the cross. The cross shows us that Jesus understands suffering and hardship. It also shows us that Jesus has overcome. He's overcome death. He's overcome sin. He's overcome our weaknesses. It also opens the way to life. Paul records Jesus' words to him in 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. This is spoken in the present tense, the ever-present, always available sufficiency of God's grace. We are weak, but he is strong. The story of Joan of Arc is very moving and inspiring. She was a young French girl, a peasant girl, filled with such conviction and courage that she changed history. I'm not for a moment wanting to make light of what she suffered and the kind of death she suffered, or anyone else in history who has been through that. But it is a very powerful picture. When she was tied at the stake and about to be burned, she asked permission for someone to hold a cross up so that she could see it. And she is recorded as having said, hold the cross high so that I may see it through the flames. And also, now keep it always in my sight until the end. Some seasons can feel so intense. Right now for some, job uncertainty and financial strain. For moms at home coping with schooling and tidying up and endless loads of washing and the demands of 24/7 being there for your children. The cross is a cross of victory, a cross of courage. As we look to the cross, there is grace upon grace for us to endure and even thrive. The Lord promises his presence with us so our difficulties and trials do not overwhelm us. In times of discontent, we can hold the cross high. We can look to Jesus for our strength. In the book of Daniel, there's an amazing account of Daniel's fellow Israelites, 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They refuse to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar's statue because they follow the true God, and they are thrown into the furnace because of their faith. It's worth reading the full account, but we will just pick up in Daniel 3, verses 23 to 25. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell bound into the burning fiery furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astounded and rose up in haste. He declared to his counselors, did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? They answered and said to the king, true, O king. He answered and said, but I see 4 men unbound walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the appearance of the 4th is like a son of the gods. It is debated whether the 4th person is an angel or actually Christ himself with them in the furnace. But what is true, it is a physical demonstration of God's presence with believers in times of distress and great need. Recently, I heard this said of Daniel's 3 friends, which sums it up beautifully. They had faith in God outside of the furnace, but fellowship with God in the furnace. He has promised to watch over us. Fellowship with God strengthens us, filling us with faith and courage and contentment in all circumstances. Blessings on you all today.